See, in him hiding you in plain sight, God know that he blessed you to have the winning hand. But it ain't for everybody else to know that you got the winning hand. And so when everyone played their card, they made the wrong move. Who have wronged you. Because you understand who you are and what you're meant to do. You know what God has already instilled in you. You know. So no matter, there's no force of evil. There's no higher power that's above God. But see, this is the world we live in. This is just history repeating itself. You can't get too up in your feels about it. You just have to pray about it. Do you understand me? You have to pray to him. God, you see the people who are going up against me, who wish me ill will. Father, you see what I'm going up against. You see what I am battling. They have collaborated with others to go up against me. They have spoken very down upon me and on my name and on my life. They have wished me ill will, Father. They have been relentless in going up against me. They have been relentless in passing judgment on me. They do not know me, Father, yet they hate me so. They do not wish to stop their evil assignments and evil doings towards me. Father, I'm asking for you to intervene on my behalf. Intervene and intercept, Father. And bind these people up. For you said, whatsoever I bound on earth should it be bound in heaven. Whatsoever I loose on earth should it be loosed in heaven. Bring about justice in my life and handle these people who are practicing unnecessary evil, who are wishing me unnecessary evil, who have been nothing but evil to me. You see it. You feel it. You know it. Keep fighting the good fight because God is fighting it with you. There was no one around us that was trying to speak life into us. No one that was trying to be there for us the way that we was to them. And that's a lot to handle. That is a lot to handle for one person. And especially when you don't even understand why. Like I said, you done jumped out there for people. Hop leaped out there for people. And they shun you. Then they judge you for all the wrong you've done. And when you're trying to move on, when you're trying to come up, when you're trying to be different, they still have something to say about that too. But I'm going to tell you something, when you was out there in your sin, they sit back and they judge you, but no one was trying to prevent you from continuously living in sin. Huh? Or they'll let you go out there and do your thing, let you go out there and be with this one, let you go out here and do, so they have something to talk about. This is why nobody brought it back to you, the little whispers and the gossips and the rumors. They brought it to who they wanted to bring it to because they wanted to talk about it and pass judgment on you. You found out in the end, making the connections in the end, who knew who. Who could have said what to who. Nasty. But let them think what they want to think. Because I'm going to tell you something, in the end, you're the one who was granted the new identity. You're the one who was blessed with the winning hand. May not feel like it because you're battling up all these evil people. Let me tell you something. You made it here. You made it to this point. There's going to be a battle. There's always going to be a battle. This is warfare. This is spiritual warfare. These are principalities that we are going up against. Do you understand me? This is beyond what the human eye can see. When you know what it is, when you've been awakened to what it is, you don't feel no shame no more. Because when God comes through and he uplifts you and he surrounds you, there, you have to understand something. Like I say, you weren't there when Jesus found me. You did not feel what I felt when he wrapped his loving arms around me. That is a feeling that we've been praying our whole lives. A feeling that we've been praying for our whole lives. Just to feel a warm embrace and let us know we are not the nasty scum, bottom of the earth, bottom feeders that people tried to make us out to be. We are human beings. And God said, high, look low. Jesus was walking with you and saw your good deeds. And I'm going to tell you something. If he can sit back and say you were being good to the wrong people, but these wrong people, the ones who was passing judgment, it speaks volumes for the labels people passed on you, but so self-righteous and not being able to self-reflect on who they are. Rotten and evil and conniving and untrustworthy. Disloyal. Jesus presented himself to you and surrounded you with his love. He told you, I see you for who you are. And it's nothing like what these people said about you. You're beyond the labels that they put on you. So what it did, being forgiven, meant the woman could walk the streets of the city with her head held high, with her priorities in place, with her spirit whole. It meant she could go to dinner and not have to grovel the self-righteous when the self-righteous told her she didn't belong. Let me tell you something. If Jesus could look at these people and say, let me tell you something, be wary of those who portray themselves, right, to be better than someone, right? Be cognizant of people who are self-righteous and holier than thou. I'm gonna tell you something. They think that's what Jesus would want, to go around and hold a Bible and throw a scripture on everyone and anyone who don't belong, anyone who don't tie in, anyone who's not aligned. They're passing judgment, and they think that that's going to get them in the gates of heaven. They think that that's just a seal of approval, that they've earned their wings. But they don't even realize how they're truly being viewed and judged. He sit high and look low. If you are who you say you are, and you carrying around that Bible, let me tell you something. If somebody messing up, give them a Bible too. Break down that word for them too. Tell them, listen, it don't even matter if you knew Jesus and you messed up. Let me tell you something. You can find your way back. That's what he looks at. Now, they did that. You gonna be that forever. You just gonna be a liar forever. You're gonna be the whore forever. You are gonna be the scum of the earth forever. You're gonna be this forever. Disapproving of you, of your ways, of your life. You didn't retaliate the way that people thought that you would. You just carried on because it was already hurtful enough that no one believed you, that people was straight judging you, looking down on you, didn't know how bad it was, didn't care. When people had every opportunity to let you live, they was trying to drown you in shame, drown you in disappointment, go up against you, have people look at you bad. My God, you wouldn't even want to know the half of things that people said about you to other people. Let me tell you something. However it spread, whoever it got to, and God granted you a new identity, it was that sense of fulfillment, that life that was spoken back into you, that gave you that push that you needed to say, you know what, life ain't that bad, man. It ain't all good, but I ain't gonna complain. It was bad, I learned lessons from it. When it's good, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna enjoy the blessings in this new phase, in this new cycle with my new identity. Rotten fruit can't be planted into my new garden. Whatever you feel, whatever you got to take up, whatever you have done that you are now feeling shameful about because people's trying to make you feel shame, you got to tell people in the most polite way, take that up with God, because I ain't trying to hear it. There are evil people that exist. There are people who are not right up here. Yeah, they do things like that. But it's calling judgment and calling people to action and revealing things like, look, don't be so gullible. And knowing that evil out there exists, and nobody has to have a reason why they want to be evil towards someone. No one has to have a reason as to why they want to be fake towards someone or put someone down. I guess it makes them feel larger than life. But let me tell you something about who you are. If people feel like they have to do that or chump you to feel larger or bigger or better than you, I mean, who are you? That got people up in their head and got them like that, that were thinking that this is what they have to do to feel better than you. You have to start recognizing who you are. And him putting people up in their place about you, and him granting you a new identity and seeing you for who you are, who you've always been, in more ways than one is in showing you this is a battle. It's a fight. It's not easy. There's some good. There's some bad. There's some ugly. There's some in between. But if you stick with me, I got you. And I'm going to make sure that you get through, because that's just how it goes. You understand what I'm saying? He's not going to leave his people behind. He's not going to leave his people to fend for themselves. Not when you've been so good. And that's all you've given to people, even those who've been nasty to you, who were